If you said to me at the start of the season, Sunderland away is going to be Arsenal's most important game of the season, I would have laughed at you. I would have been like, what? How? Why on earth would that be Arsenal's most important game of the season? And I'm going to explain to you exactly why I think this weekend, Arsenal going away to Sunderland, will be, and definitely is, Arsenal's most important game so far, and honestly could define how the rest of this season goes for Arsenal. But before we get into that, make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe, do all that good stuff on the video, hype the video. And yeah, let's talk. Let's just have a little quick recap of Arsenal's season so far. Premier League season so far. Obviously, 10 games played, 8 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Obviously, that draw came to Manchester City at the Emirates, and that loss came away to Liverpool at Anfield. A game with very fine margins. On another day, it could have been a draw. Arsenal could have won. But it is what it is. That game still hurts me. That Man City game also still hurts me. I feel like they were there for the taking. We should have won that game. But it is what it is. We've had a very good start. We've conceded 3 goals. I think we've scored 18 in the league. Obviously, the the whole narrative around Arsenal scoring set pieces is obviously a massive thing. I do think we can score more goals from open play. I think we're creating more chances than we're scoring goals. Every game we create 4 or 5 big chances. If we can just take a few more of those, there'll be no narrative of set piece FC and you only score from corners and free kicks. There'll be none of that at all. Yeah, 18 games scored, 3 conceded, goal difference of 15. Currently sitting on 25 points out of the first possible 30. Right? To put that into context, how good of a start to a season that is. The Invincibles in 03-04 had 24 points after 10 games. So at the same point in the season, they had 1 less point. I think it just goes to show you how good of a start this season has been. Arsenal have won their last 10 in a row, haven't conceded a goal in their last 8 in a row. We're shocked when teams are having shots on target against us. I don't know where the next goal is going to come from. Honestly, when Arsenal next concede, I'm going to be in shock. That Champions League game the other day, when they got that penalty near the end, obviously it was then overruled by VAR. But when they first got it, I was thinking, our record's gone. We're actually going to concede a goal. Well, there's a big chance we're going to concede a goal. But obviously it didn't happen. Another clean sheet. But yeah, the Premier League, 10 games, 8 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. And we go away to Sunderland before the international break. This is such a big game. A massive game. First of all, Sunderland are in great form. If you said to any Sunderland fan before the season, after 10 games, you're going to be sitting 4th. 5 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses. You're going to go to Stamford Bridge and win. You're going to look, amazing at home. I don't think they've lost a game at home. I watched their game against Everton the other day. Yeah, they give up chances, but going forward, they also create a lot. Granit Xhaka. That could arguably be the signing of the summer. Obviously, us Arsenal fans know so much about Granit. The guy's made of absolute steel. He can dominate a game. He can break up play if you want him to win it back. He used to obviously have that kind of loss of head, rush of blood, whatever you want to call it, and get himself sent off. But that is all gone from his game now. I think he's got Mikel Arteta to thank a lot for that, especially in his last 2 years at Arsenal. I think Arteta got rid of all of that from his game. Obviously went on to Leverkusen, became an Invincible, and then came back to the Premier League, and he's been fantastic. This is being billed somewhat as the Granit Xhaka derby. He's going to be up for it. 100% he'll be up for it. Hopefully we get the old Xhaka on the weekend. Then he gets sent off after 5-10 minutes and, it's an easy walkover. But I don't think it's going to be that. It's going to be a tough game. And the reason I think this could be Arsenal's biggest game of the season isn't necessarily just because of our game. It's because of what's going on around us. Manchester City played Liverpool at the Etihad the day after. And I just want to look at all scenarios quickly, right? Say Arsenal win their game. They would then be 9 points clear of Manchester City and 10 points clear of Liverpool going into the Sunday when Manchester City and Liverpool play each other. 10 points clear of Liverpool, 9 points clear of City. Now let's, like I said, look at the scenarios, right? If City and Liverpool draw, Arsenal will be 9 points clear of Liverpool and 8 points clear of Manchester City after 11 games played going into the international break. Scenario number 2. If Liverpool win, Arsenal will be 7 clear of Liverpool and 9 clear of Manchester City after 11 games played going into the international break. Scenario 3. If Manchester City win, Arsenal will be 10 points clear of Liverpool, 6 points clear of Manchester City after 11 games played going into the international break. Now, let me know in the comments, what is your ideal situation? I'm going to tell you mine, and there's two. If I could choose between two, I would choose these. Obviously, a draw, I think, probably would be the main choice for most Arsenal fans. Or a Liverpool win. What I don't want to see is a Man City win. Firstly, because they're closest to us. You know, it's only 6 points. Secondly, because they got Pep Guardiola. And I know a lot of the talk's been about Erling Haaland. But Pep is a serial winner. This guy knows how to get the best out of teams when it gets tough. You know, you look at Nico Gonzalez, when obviously Rodri's been out, he's come in and done a great job. You know, he just knows how to get a tune out of players and get them on a run, on a winning streak when they need to. They've got their mentality. Obviously, they've got Erling Haaland up front, who's just banging goals left, right and centre. But for me, our main title rival right now is Manchester City. So my ideal situation in this game coming up on the weekend is a Liverpool win or a draw. I'm not writing off Liverpool. I'm not saying they're not in it at all. But I just think they'll lose more games. You know, they'll draw games. They've got to come to the Emirates still. Whereas we've got to go away to Manchester City. If we go to the Etihad, if they keep it 6 points until we go to the Etihad, then they come and make it 3. The pressure's on. And like I said, having a manager like that and a striker up front like that, it could be very tough. So yeah, for me, ideal situation, draw or Liverpool win. But, like I said, none of that means anything if Arsenal don't do their job at 5:30 on Saturday. It's going to be such a big game. Their fans are going to be so up for it. I think the Granit Xhaka factor, like I mentioned, is going to play a big part. Obviously, Stadium of Light, I'm pretty sure, let me just check. I'm pretty sure the capacity at the Stadium of Light is around 50,000. You know, people think of Sunderland as this championship team. They were 48,000 capacity. So it's not a small ground. It's not like a Bournemouth or a Brighton where you go and it's, you know, a small... This is a massive stadium that generates a big atmosphere. You know, it's one of those kind of old style stadiums. It's like a Highbury, like a White Hart Lane, like a Stamford Bridge. It is one of those stadiums. They're going to be so up for it. They're sitting 4th. Do you know what a dream that is for Sunderland fans? It's crazy. 4th in the Premier League after 10 games. And they deserve to be there. They haven't just lucked it there. You know, they haven't, you know, teams have come and got red cards and whatever against them. They've played well. They played some really good football. They deserve right now to be 4th. But Arsenal have to be ruthless. Arsenal have to go there and win. We have to go there and take 3 points. We have to walk out of there, whatever time it is, 7 p.m, 7:30 p.m. on Saturday night with 3 points. And like I said, we'll then be 10 clear of Liverpool, 9 clear of City. And whatever happens in that game, let it happen. We can sit back, put our feet up and watch that game. But we've got to do our job. And this, in my opinion, could be one of the most important weekends in games of the season. We just got to do our job. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know your predictions. Also, let me know who you want to win out of that Liverpool and City game on Sunday. And as always, make sure to smash a like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.